All right, here with Coach Mike Mincey after Carson-Newman beats Lenoir-Rhyne by 15 points. Coach, steady shooting really tonight, kind of the difference. You shoot 50% or better in 3 of the 4 quarters. I know turnovers were an issue, and at times it seemed like free throws were an issue, but you still put up 80. What do you say about the team's offensive effort?
Obviously, you win, especially coming off of a loss. Put 80 on the board and win, shoot well from the field, win by 15. You got to be happy about that. But there's still some things that we're just not doing well and not putting together at this point in time. Of course, it's still early in the season, but I think we left a lot of points out on the floor, whether it be by turnovers and not getting shot attempts, because I think we were shooting a little over 47% in the first half. And I keep telling you, if you get shot attempts, you have a chance of scoring. If we're turning the ball over, which we did a lot in the first half, you certainly don't.
Conversely, on the defensive side, you do a fine job because Emily Harmon doesn't score in double figures. Maddie Dillinger didn't score until the fourth quarter. Yeah. Why were you able to frustrate those two players?
Well, we wanted to come in and do a much better job of keying on their key guys. I know Brandy Hudson had 18, and she's a tough player inside, but we knew they were kind of a three-headed monster. We wanted to try to do a much better job of focusing on them with our scout and how we wanted to guard them. And I think even Hudson got some stuff out of the press, especially there late or in the third quarter, fourth quarter, whatever, when we were still pressing and then finally got out of it. But I was really proud of Campbell and Goforth in particular, because I thought they had the toughest matchup in terms of a mismatch with Dillinger, because she's 6'2", and they're sitting at about 5'9". And so we just talked a lot about the way we wanted to kind of guard them and help if need be. And I thought those two individuals in particular, along with the team, did a very good job.
In a game like this, you didn't really go 5 for 5 like you had the first several games of the year, but you still get some fine bench performances. Sydney Pierce, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. Taylor Goforth blocks 4 more shots. What do you think about how players responded, despite the fact that maybe they weren't starting tonight?
Yeah, it's always going to be key. Obviously Skylar didn't start, and she came off the bench. Bird didn't start, came off the bench, and I think they might have been on the floor there at the end, and that's what we talk about. It doesn't matter who starts, it's who ends the game. Sydney came in and gave us big minutes. I think Lindsay got in foul trouble, and then she went in there and gave us those easy buckets near the rim. Obviously, she's a presence to defend, and then getting the 8 rebounds is, she's almost at a double-double, so good for Sid. But, we tried to rotate people in the first half or first quarter. I think we did a little bit in the second quarter. Once we got to the third quarter, Tori went out, didn't have her services, needed to keep Braylon on the floor, and we kind of talked about in the locker room that that's just how it's going to be sometimes, that you can't always go 5 for 5. Some people have it, some don't. Some groups have it, some don't. And it was just more about rotating, keep them fresh, and have the right group of players on the floor at the right times, and certainly in the second half, because the game was nip and tuck a little bit, 9, 10, 11. And then we finally got out to 15 toward the end. You
mentioned the turnover situation for your own right. How much of that is your style of play versus bad decision-making?
It's not our style of play. It's bad decision-making, 100%. We're not getting pressed, and so our turnovers are coming. I think we do play fast, and maybe we just play so fast that now we become out of control sometimes. And so at halftime we're talking about it's okay to play fast and play hard, but you got to play under control. And I think that's something that we're lacking right now, is just using our noggin a little bit on times that, maybe we can fake a pass and make a pass. Sometimes we don't even try to make the pass. Just don't make that play. Pull it out, and let's run something so we can get a good look at it. So, again, it's something that we're working through. We have some young kids out there too, and we're just turning the ball, and even our experienced guys are turning it over. So it's just learning. We're 7 games in now, and we just got to continue to work to try to get better at that.
Now you turn your sights to Anderson. What are the challenges that the Trojans present this year?
Well, they're big, as usual. I think they had some players hurt, and I think they've got them back now, and they're always a tough challenge, especially with the size. They're probably the biggest team in the league in terms of what they put on the floor. So it'll be a challenge as always. How the style of play will go, and how we can kind of guard them as we have mismatches height-wise, but maybe conversely on the other end, maybe there's mismatches with some of our foot speed. So we'll see how it goes on Saturday.